Hello beautiful people, welcome to the channel. The Witchy Goth here, hope you're doing well. Today's video, another Am I the A-hole? And this is from a man. But ladies, if you're pregnant or have recently gone through childbirth, perhaps you can relate to this. Am I the a-hole for leaving during my wife's labour? Big yes from me, big yes from me. But let's read what he says as his excuse here. My wife went into labour around 6 p.m. on Sunday. We were expecting twins. It quickly turns into a very painful process. She kept cutting off the blood pressure to my hand when she squeezed and nearly sprayed my shirt with vomit. Diddums. Around 3 a.m. my dad calls. I work for my dad's company and we had a presentation for clients Monday morning that I had to get ready for. My dad heard my wife was in labour but told me he needed me on this presentation. He said there was nothing I could do to help my wife and delivery, and seeing the baby come out was overrated. He said he needed me to rest up and make myself presentable for the presentation. My wife's labour was progressing very slowly, and we were all certain she would need forceps or other assistance to deliver the babies. I realised that I couldn't help her here, and my dad was counting on me, so I told her I needed to leave. She started screaming at me so loudly that a few nurses rushed over to our room. I ended up going to the presentation with the clients and things went well. I left the office and see a text on my phone that said my wife delivered an hour ago at around 10:30 a.m. and they had to use forceps. I would have missed the meeting had I stayed, and my dad has given me everything he could possibly give me in life, so I don't want to let him down. Am I the a-hole? I had responsibilities I had to take care of, and while my wife is still screaming at me saying that she was alone when they destroyed her body, I'm the only one who works, and her mom herself said that she was emotional and overreacting. My wife even went as far to say that her family would disown her if she was the first of them to divorce, but that she doesn't consider me her husband right now. Big man baby being so selfish there. So first of all, he's moaning because she's squeezing his hand from the pain that she's going through. Mate, you have no clue how painful it is for a woman to give birth. Neither do I, but I have experienced a miscarriage, so I know the sort of pain. I know the beginnings of that pain, and I'm pretty sure that any woman who's watching this video can say that her squeezing your hand is nothing in comparison. Imagine being kicked in the nether regions yourself a few times with a brick. So his dad told him that he had to go to do the presentation and he had to be presentable. I would hope that if I was married and going through birth, that my partner would want to be with me, because if he didn't, then he can F off forever. He talks here as if it's his wife's fault that the labour is progressing slowly and that needing forceps or a ventouse or other assistance to deliver the baby could potentially be life-threatening to the woman and to the baby. His dad was counting on him. What about the fact that he's now becoming a dad to his children? Does he not see that? And she started screaming at him, rightly so. I think I would have said, get out and don't come back. So he did the presentation and then found out that he'd missed the birth and that they had to use forceps. But he would have missed the meeting. Why couldn't his dad do the presentation? What was wrong with that? Why couldn't the presentation be rearranged for another day? I'm pretty sure that those people would say, oh, your wife's having a baby. Wonderful, congratulations. We understand. He had responsibilities to take care of while his wife is still screaming at me saying that she was alone when they destroyed her body. Okay, first of all, they did destroy her body. She is emotional. She has a huge amount of hormones rushing through her body, which she has had since the first day she fell pregnant, and that is going to continue now for the rest of her life, she is going to have those hormones. Women all have hormones in our body. And giving birth to twins, I can't imagine the pain that it must be, especially if you're giving natural birth, and the fact that forceps were used, and they probably had to cut her as well, and she's probably had to have stitches. No, she's not overreacting or being emotional. She's not. And yeah, he needs to do some serious sucking up to his wife now to make up for that. Or my advice would be kick him out. But obviously that's up to her. What do you think? Was he the AH? Pop something in the comments below. I hope to see you next time. If you've enjoyed the video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Under his eye.